What's up, guys? Today I'm back doing another showcase video, this time on my spin-off figures for Avengers Infinity War. Now this time I have my updated Captain America, and I've got other characters which are new ones: Proxima Midnight, Groot, Gamora, Star-Lord and Hulk. And like I said, those other ones are new, and Cap's the only one that's been updated, so yeah, I don't really have much else to add, so let's get into this showcase video. So starting off with Captain America, aka Nomad, or whatever he's called, you can call him Steve Rogers. He's basically a fully painted minifigure except for eyebrows, mouth and beard. The rest of him's fully painted. So the torso is based off of Lego groups, so if I can just quickly get that minifigure here. It's based off of their torso, and so is the back as well. Just that. And you may notice as well on this minifigure I updated the facial hair to make it look a little bit better, but that's irrelevant to that. And also Cap has a newly made hairpiece that I gave him, and at the time it was made out of blue tack because I didn't have any sculpt material, so I just decided to do this. And that little bit of blue there and there is not meant to be there. I'll probably paint over it eventually, so yeah. And the legs are very simplistic. I don't know if they have wraparound like painted boots. Oh, they do. I just made this minifigure like a long time ago, so other than the hair and torso, he was done ages ago, I think, or something. But yeah, I'm so happy with how he turned out. He has fingerless gloves. I painted the skin tone onto them, and yeah. One thing I should mention before ending this segment, actually no, two things. Sorry about the lack of backgrounds throughout this segment and other segments, because I couldn't find a background in time to make this showcase, and yeah. And the second thing is, I didn't give Cap his two shields that he gets from like Wakanda or something, because I found those to be challenging in my opinion, so left those off and didn't make any because why not? I'm probably the first person that's done that anyway. Moving on. Next up, here is Star-Lord. This one is much better than my previous version. The Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2 version I made of him and Gamora, who are both in this video. It was so bad back then. I have no words for it. I don't even want to discuss that showcase. Luckily, if you look for my channel and can't find it, it's because reasons that I don't want to disclose in this video. But yeah. So I'm going to go top to bottom with him. The helmet was Lego's helmet, and still kind of is. From the first Guardians sets, like from the first movie, I just painted the white in the eyes. And underneath is the heads I'll probably be using for the rest of my Star-Lord figures, unless Lego makes new ones. Here's the Chris Pratt head from Owen Grady, I guess, from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And both sides were left untouched because I love that head, and better than the previous one they put out for Chris Pratt from like Jurassic World and Marvel. And things that were not made very recently will include his guns and legs, mainly because those two things I done ages ago. I'm not sure how long ago it was, but it was like a while ago. I think these legs were from my GOTG version from like a while back, last year probably. And I did paint the green like blast parts on the blasters, but that was ages ago as well. The only things that I painted recently were his torso and yeah, just that. And there's nothing much on the back. So yeah, other than that, that is pretty much it for my new Star-Lord, and definitely pretty much better than my other one. Next up, here is Gamora, and just like Star-Lord, she's my best, I think she's my best Gamora that I've ever made. Was. So we're going to go, like I done with Star-Lord, we're going to go top to bottom here, discussing like everything like that. So the hairpiece was that regular female hairpiece used in like the city sets, and I just got rid of the part coming down because I wanted to try out something new and have her hair going back like that way instead of having it come down the front. I just wanted to have it go down the back instead. So I cut that off, and that was a while ago that I'd done that. And the hairpiece is painted black and with that red fade as well. Sorry about background noise as well, guys, because that happens quite a lot in my videos. And then the face is also better than my previous version for one reason, and that being, if I let focus, because last time I used like the back of, you know, this head, I used the plain side on the back and painted it like the Gamora face on that side, and it was so bad back then I had to scratch it off. Luckily this time I managed to make it look much better based off of a reference picture, of course, and I'm very happy with how that face turned out. Everything on it except the mouth is painted because I'm not good at painting mouths. And I got all the white design on her face, got the lips painted, got the eyes painted, which I didn't have previously, and I don't know why that was not there. But then the torso is also based off that same reference picture. All this is based off a reference, and the torso is basically fully painted as well, just like this whole minifigure. And I'm so glad with how that turned out. I have no idea what this silver thing at the bottom here is, but if you guys are willing to let me know in the comments, then by all means, because I have no idea what that is. Probably like some sort of buckle or something. She has skin tone painted on her arms, that's what that green stuff is on both sides. And her legs have just a continuation of the jacket going down, and the rest of it's just painted black legs. So yeah, there's that scene better. Nothing on the back because there's not really anything to add on the back of her coat. One thing else I have to mention is the hands and the head don't match with the skin tone, and that's simply because I do not have any light green hands that match this hair colour. So I kind of need to get some, and I might eventually. So we'll see how that goes. And she has a regular sword as well. So that's it for Gamora. And definitely much better than my previous version, like I said, like 3 times already. Moving on. And now, here is my first ever Groot. I've never made a Groot before, and this has definitely turned out pretty cool. So other than the head and the arms, which I'll get to in a minute, the rest of him is mostly painted. The whole torso, the whole back of the torso, the legs, and there's nothing on the hands as well because obvious reasons. So the head and arms, unfortunately, from knockoff, and before you end up putting a dislike to this minifigure, it's simply because the Lego minifigure of him in the set has brown skin tone, and that's not something that I want to continue to use with my minifigure, and it's obviously not accurate. So I just decided to get a knockoff Groot because it had the right skin tone, and it's much better, even though the printing on the head is a little bit weird. So I just went with it anyway. So honestly, that is actually pretty much it for Groot as well, because all I want to cover in this is just a fully painted torso and legs, which I kind of did cover in just figuring out what I could paint onto the legs, and I think it turned out pretty cool, and covering the head and the arms as well being knockoff. So shout up in the comments, don't say anything about it. So other than that, quick segment, but I know Groot's pretty simple, and yeah, that's it for him. Let's look approximate midnight. So for the second to last minifigure, the first member I've made for the Black Order, Proxima Midnight. And yes, I was not going to make the Black Order, but I wanted to do so anyway because I was running out of figures to make for this film, and having everyone except Proxima Midnight here would be quite empty, I guess, and I want to have more than just like 4 figures. So I thought, hey, I think Black Order would be great. And I also made Ebony Moore, but him and Proxima Midnight and some other Black Order members, in fact the rest of them, are all going to be featured in something very special in October that I'm bringing to my channel. So that'd be great. And yeah, so looking at this minifigure, head to toe, here we go. That rhymes, didn't mean for it to. The hairpiece is what you've all seen before, hopefully. It was using like Bernadette in the Big Bang Theory set. I didn't mean for that to rhyme either. And I sculpted the mask piece and painted it in black, obviously, painted the red eyes, and it looks pretty cool. And it was not easy to make because I have a feeling it might fall off. Like if I end up breaking it, if I take the head off. I'm not going to take the head off though because I'm worried about it. Because just like with Venom, I took off the head and I was like, oh great, it broke. So I'm not going to try that with Proxima Midnight. And the head underneath is a Harley Quinn head from like the Joker Land and the set with Deadshot in and Batman, that set as well. And that bit of blue on the left side of the mouth is not meant to be there. I also repainted like her lips in blue and gave her a blue line down the middle. And I'm definitely happy with how that turned out. The torso was quite simplistic as well. The white section was not painted, but the black sections around the outside were painted. So like everything that's black on the torso, except for the little lines, were painted on. Like the top of the torso and the bottom of the torso were painted. And she also has a gold arm as well, because that's what she has in the movie. And apparently this is meant to be a black arm, but I didn't know that until I looked at the reference and it was too late. So I'm with a white arm, so I'll probably change it after this segment, or maybe after this showcase, I don't know. And the legs were from my Thor from Infinity War, if you've seen that showcase. I just took them off because I think they look perfect for Proxima Midnight. And hopefully I can repaint Thor's legs for this film as well. But we'll see how that goes. I'm not going to show the remains of my Thor. But other than that, she doesn't have a weapon because even though I think she does, even though she's meant to have a weapon, I just didn't have one ready for her, so I'm probably not going to give her a weapon. But yeah, that is already it for Proxima Midnight. And not just to discuss, there's nothing on the back because too simplistic and I don't really know what to add on the back. But let's move on to the final actual Infinity War character that I've made for this film and probably forever is Avengers 4, Hulk. So here is the final custom Infinity War figure until Avengers 4, Hulk. So basically I took Lego's Age of Ultron Hulk that they've had from 2015 and I repainted the pants, you know, like the shorts in black, and sometimes it shows a bit like purple through there, and I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of weird. I keep having to repaint it every time, and that goes all the way around obviously. There's some little tears that I painted on as well, not that hard to do. I left the toes on there as well from his feet because they're meant to be there. And I left the printing on the face how it is because it's so cool and there's no reason to modify it. Didn't really fill in the arms like on the inside because I'm not gonna lie, if I sculpted like on the inside of the arms, the sculpting would probably not work out and it'd probably fall like out of the arms. And I sanded down the size of the hairpiece, repainted some on, I repainted them in grey kind of, and I gave him a black wash. Like the way I do it is just get some watery black paint and smudge it all over him like that, and that's why that black line's there. And some other battle damage, some of it's on the face as well. So yeah, it goes all the way around that battle damage. I don't know if it's faded off yet, but it might end up doing so. I might have to repaint some because he needs it. But that's it for him as well. Just like Groot, he's the second most simplistic in this video, and he wasn't really that hard to make. So Groot and Hulk are like the simplest ones I made for this movie. But that is it for this showcase, and that'll be it until Avengers 4 when I make those minifigures. Probably gonna have a lot of stand-ins because I made a lot of them anyway. And yes, I know Hulk wasn't really in this film for that long because he just in the first scene, and that was it. I still really wanted to make him, so I basically made the Thor Ragnarok version of him because that's basically how this looks. This whole outfit. Well, not really whole outfit because it's just shorts. But anyway, that's it for this segment, and let's wrap this showcase up. Alright guys, that is it for my Avengers Infinity War spin-off showcase. And again, sorry about all the noise in the background. It's just a bit of the bass that Cat was still on showing. But yeah, again, sorry about the noise in the background that keeps happening. There are definitely a couple of bloopers in this video I should point out now. And that'll be the only time I point out because, yeah, I am adding bloopers in my videos. I think I mentioned that in a vlog before, but that's something I'm happy to start doing. And these bloopers are not like fake ones or anything. I didn't make them up like the Logan showcase from Wolverine 3 last time. Those are made up. These ones were actual bloopers. So, yeah. that's it for this showcase. Hit that like button if you enjoyed them, all these minifigures, and hopefully I can make these guys again probably for Avengers 4, if their outfits change or something. And yeah, so I will see you guys in my next video, which will hopefully be finally the Nightmare Batman pack review, because I know I've said in my previous vlog I'd review that as my next video, but this kind of happened. I finished these before doing like that review, so I haven't even ordered the pack yet, so I need to do that after this video goes up. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this now, and I will see you guys later, or in my next video. So peace. Oh my god, I can't even fit him in the shot. But anyway, here is Hulk. So yeah, some of his hair cuts off in this shot, but that's how big he is. Nothing wrong with that, but anyways, so next up, here is Proxima Midnight, and